Well, heading out to the barn and getting the tractor, as you can see, got a little bit of work to do to get knock the weeds down, where we can get our trails back. We're gonna get on the MX5400 and the Rhino 5-foot brush hog. So here we go. So first off, MX5400 was my last tractor. I upgraded the MX6000 with a cab for obvious reasons. The weather here is pretty hot, so I'll go ahead and get her started, and then we'll take her out of the barn. So while the MX6000 is warming up, I'll show you this Rhino brush hog that I got. I got this probably about, I don't know, maybe 8-10 years ago. Got it off a guy off Marketplace. It's a Rhino 160. Certainly could use a wider one, but this was a really good deal at the time. So, you know, I've been using it. It does a great job. Yeah, I'd like to start this brush on fire, but here in a Wausau area, we're under a burn ban due to the severe drought and intense heat, so I have to wait for another day. All right, so before I can get out of here, it's kind of tight. I got 3 bays of garage doors, but I've got equipment that I gotta work into here to get everything to fit, so I have to saw out of here, hit the wall. But anyway, I have the landscape rake on right now behind me, so I have to kind of watch in front of me and back as I come out of here. I need to drop off the landscape rake before I hook up to the brush hog. Be back with you shortly. This is probably my first video sharing a little bit about the MS6000, but I got this unit with the air ride seat. My previous MX5400 did not have the air ride seat, and it beat you up a little bit, but thought that with the cab and all the extras on this, I did choose to upgrade to the air ride seat. That definitely makes a difference, and I'd say this is probably my forever tractor. So as I indicated, I had the landscape rake on here, and so I'll take that off here. Be right back with you. A couple other things that I'll mention while I'm here. So I know it's somewhat of a debate on a quick hitch versus the PATS attachment. So I've got a mixture of different attachments that are quick hitch compatible, but that brush hog that I'm getting ready to hook up is not quick hitch. And I looked into upgrading it, and it was just cost almost as much to upgrade it than it did for the whole unit. So anyway, I prefer the PATS quick hitch. I have a lot more options with that. And but yeah, I've been a big fan of a lot of this everything attachment. I mean, it's just, these things are just solid, and at the end of the day, the support is out of this world. So I've never had any issues whenever I call and ask for something like the tines, for example. You know, that's not something that they don't put under warranty, but I have had to replace some of the tines, and Travis over there at EA is just a wealth of knowledge. And so anyway, really good experience. So like I was saying, the PATS quick hitch system, you know, you just back up You basically put down a couple of these levers here. Just don't do it in one hand here. Then latch that back. That side's good. And the difference here, the obvious difference, I'll say, is this just takes care of the two. Still got to do your top connection here, and I've got the hydraulic top link connected here. With this top link, I got this off Amazon. It doesn't extend quite as long as I'd like, but so I've got this makeshift connection here that works pretty good with this. So anyway, working good. So I'll connect this and then connect the PTO shaft there, and we'll get to brush hogging. All right, so those of you that may not be as familiar with the top link, hydraulic top link, I'll give you a preview here. So as you can see, I'll move the lever here. I'm able to lift it up. Sorry, my hand was in the way there. Lift it up, then back down. Lift it up. So another point of adjustment where I can do dynamically in the cab here. All right. The RPM's up here, so may have some engine noise here that distracts a little bit from the video, but if it gets too bad whenever I'm editing, I'll put some music or something to it. Before, the Rhino 5-foot brush hog, it's taken a beating. It just continues to do a great job. I've had to replace the blades one time. I didn't know if I really needed to replace them, but it has taken so much beating that I just thought at the beginning of this summer I'd go ahead and replace them. Pretty easy job to replace them, especially with that top link, because I can really angle that to get the back end high off the ground. So anyway, that's made it a lot easier. So anyway, here we go. Cut in here real quick, and this is kind of one of my favorite trails that I keep Earlier about the neighbor that was building, and he cleared out his lot. Coming up on that right now. This is a different neighborhood back on this side that doesn't allow burning. But as you can see, here's a lot of his piles of wood that he's planning on cutting up and splitting, making firewood out of. But all the loose brush and everything is what he burned back there in the back. So this is a land versus neighborhood. So this is really associated neighborhood. So no restriction. What we do? It's got 10 acres less now here, but how good? We said these. You can grass down a little bit, or you come up here on the side. Grass walk down to 2 seasons, and we got 3 dogs. And so that neighborhood's a little cooler. But anyway, just wanted to show you the neighborhood's version right here. This area I'm getting ready to go into. Like I said before, heavy rod. We have to adjust the here, just off the windshield. We have to raise the brake point a bit, stay out of the rock. But this area, coming up on a clearing here, the baby fawns right now. Got a lot of deer out here, and they'll either stay in the brush, you just hunker down, waiting for the mom to come back, and so that you can come up on them really quick, and then they'll scare them and they'll jump up. I'm always concerned about, it seems like they wait till the last minute that maybe they'll get caught, having a bad situation. But anyway, really good to keep your eyes peeled, make sure you don't run over one. But so anyway, we're coming up on Dry Creek bed. Raise 3 point. It's really rocky right here. So up on another clearing here that I cleared out. This used to be a whole lot of trees. Did a little bit of stacking of rock. I'll clean this up whenever grass doesn't grow so consistently and weed eat and everything else, but as it is right now, it's pretty grown up. Not real clean, but as you can see, all these rocks that I stacked, take some I guess a couple of years ago we took kind of a family portrait on that rock there, and but anyway, back up against this Dry Creek bed, as you can see here, navigate this, I don't run down in there. Grass has really grown up since last time I brush hogged. So anyway, let me clean this up a little bit here, and where I can get 2 hands on the wheel and pay attention. I'm gonna tell you. brush hog is again with the MX6000. It's got a turbo in it. They say to keep it running a little bit after you run it hard. Keep it on idle for a bit. I guess let it cool down. Let that turbo cool down. So anyway, I'll let it cool down a little bit. As you can see, definitely needs a bath. What I typically do is I just spray it off real good and wash it off with the towel. But anyway, it's really dirty. So anyway, we'll come back. As I was lubing this up, the thought occurred to me. I was watching Outdoors with Morgan's. I think it was, well, maybe last video or the video before that. And he was using some grease, some clear grease. And as you can see, I think this red Lucas, red and tacky, it does leave a lot of black behind. I didn't know if you use the clear, if it isn't as bad. I assume that dirt still gets in there and it turns dark anyway, but anyway, I know on the excavator I notice it even more in areas that just aren't frequently getting in dust and everything, where the lube is discolored and kind of makes a mess. But anyway, as you can see, I use this DeWalt lube. It's a grease gun, really solid, makes it a lot easier. So anyway, I'll continue here. Just that thought came to me as I was doing this, is that, you know, what type of grease do you guys use, and any thoughts on the clear grease? All right, we're right back where we started here. So let's unhook this again. This I'll do it with one hand here. This Pat's quick. I call this quick hitch. This hydraulic top link here. Unbuckle it. Set you down here. So I like to fill up the tractor whenever I get done using it. It's close to on E. So I'm gonna fill it up. Each one of these cranks on this fill right pump is about 1/10 of a gallon. So you turn it 10 times, you get close to a gallon. So if I crank this about 65 times, 70 times, I'll check the fuel gauge to see how much I have left. I just got a 55-gallon drum that was used previously for fuel. So the inside was clean, and filled it full of diesel, put that pump on top, and it works. It's not ideal. I would like to get something a little bit easier. As you can see, I've got it on a pallet on some of those dollies, furniture dollies on the bottom. And then I just use the forks, put it on the back of the flatbed, take it to the fuel station, and it lasts me, I think I'll probably fill it up once a summer, maybe twice a year total. So anyway, it works. As you can see, it looks a lot better. Maybe tomorrow I'll get on the bench mower and kind of tidy it up a bit, but as you can see, it's at least the grass is knocked down. So hey, it's been a day. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you the next time. Click like and subscribe.